I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I will entertain a motion to adopt our agenda.
So moved.
As we do have a change on the consent agenda, everybody needs to be aware of it. Student trip was added at the last minute, it's a trip for tomorrow. It got lost in the queue. So that has been added, so there is a little change there. But if there are no objections, we will go ahead and vote on this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Motion carries. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see y'all. Not you, Mr. Miller, but
It's good to see that you
Good.
are again the chair.
good to be seen. All right, yeah, whatever. All right, so we'll move over to our superintendent, Madam Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If you remember a couple weeks ago, we had the honor of recognizing 2 employees at Johnsonville High School. And one of the employees that was recognized reached back out to me and gave me a little bit more insight as to the incident that happened at the school and who was involved and who helped this student in every way possible. And we are bringing that person back here today to recognize him as well, and I bet you can't guess who it is. But Mr. Miller, if you would please join us up here, we would like to say thank you, and we would like to recognize you for being part of a great administration at Bronson Middle High, and for helping the student that needed help and keeping calm. And we all know that that student wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. So this is we just saved it because we wanted you by yourself. This is your impact award for doing that and for always keeping students involved in being there.
Get up front. Get up front, buddy.
Yes.
What? No, you're good. Oh, well, no workman's comp. We covered our workman's comp? You would be. We are? If I get hurt.
Come on over here and make me look short.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very much.
Miller, I'll let you go. You gotta go back to work now? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Bray.
All right, thank you, Madam Superintendent. Now, Mr. Lott.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I bring for you this morning proposed board policy change 6.011 professional ethics that we have advertised for the correct amount of time. There's been no public comment. So at this point, unless there are suggestions, changes that you guys want to make, at this time we would ask for your approval of this change in this board policy.
Any questions, any changes, any?
That's good.
I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
A motion and a second to approve this policy. Any questions, any comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Lott. All right. Mr. McClellan?
Morning.
Morning.
I just want to share with you the instructional materials timeline that we submitted for CTE, World Languages, Health, Art, and Music. This is going to keep us on track, and that way you can kind of see the dates and the months that we're going to be working towards this for the final date of April 28th to get our final approval on that. So This September 29th, that's when we're going to start selecting our team members to work through this. And then, as you can see there, just start going through the facilitating process of finding more instructional materials.
Outstanding.
Any questions?
World languages.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Approve it for you to advertise.
Ma'am.
They usually approve it for you to
I
advertise.
thought we had a motion.
We need a motion to advertise.
Yes.
So move.
We have a
Second.
motion. Second. A
Just-
motion and a second to advertise. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Grammatical error under February, month of February, recommendations, that's it. That I saw.
Take care of that. Thank you.
Probably Mr. McClellan. Did you do that? Did you misspell that,
Tell you what,
McClellan?
I'll take credit for it.
Okay. Thank you. That's why you are the man. All right, Mr. Gore.
Morning, everybody.
Good
Morning, sir.
We, it's that time of year again. We'll ask Miss Angela if she'll pass those down for me. But, it's your, our FSAT, or, Florida School Safety Assessment Tool. And basically, just discussing, those first few pages there are about Senate Bill 7026 and 7030. Just talking about the confidentiality of the safety stuff that's in there. Kind of the meat on page 5 there on the back. It's the very back page, the front of that. You'll see some positive safety measures there, a list of things that we've done using our hardening grant and some other funds that were available, different things that we're able to implement and put in place and update. And, yes, ma'am.
What, I've noticed that third bullet, and you may have explained this before, but
Mhm.
remind us, wave system?
Yes, ma'am. Basically it's a silent response system that was installed in that school when it was
Okay.
built. It's basically a button on the wall in
Okay.
every classroom. It's very similar to our rave system that we use
At the elementary.
countywide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
very similar to that. Notifies law enforcement, gives your exact location. It's a digital mapped overlay into law enforcement, so they know exactly where it was on campus that the alarm was signaled. Things like that. It's pretty sophisticated, the rave system and the wave system's pretty sophisticated system. It's more than just hitting a button and asking for help. There's a digital map overlay that is with dispatch, and they're able to see exactly the location on campus that help was called for. So responding agencies know they will get that information as they're responding. So it's a little bit more sophisticated than just hitting a button. So this summer, we did our safety tours, and what we do in a safety tour is we invite, emergency response, whether it be EMS, police departments, the sheriff's department, fire departments, anybody that would possibly respond. We invite them to come to a safety tour on the campus. So we did that this past summer. So we got a little bit more input on this FSAT tool this summer so we were able to get from sheriff's departments, police departments, fire departments. They were able to walk through our campus and make suggestions to us on what they think we need to do to improve the safety and response to our campuses. So on the very back page, there's a list of 6 things there that we have prioritized in those. And what these 6 things are, based on how much money we receive through our hardening grant, is what this is what I'm referring to here. So I haven't received that yet from DOE, so we're not really sure. I have an idea of what it's going to be. So I do not believe we'll be able to answer all 6 of these with that Hardin grant, but that's definitely a priority for us. So, those 6 things are something we're looking to spend that money on, basically.
What's the key card entry system?
So it's basically, like your ID, and you just,
Okay.
you buzz in, it timestamps it. You're able to use the computer system to click the button, lock down the school, and make sure you can unlock the whole school. So it's kind of digitized, it's not your hard key.
Mhm.
It timestamps who's in and who's not, different things like that. So it's, in different things, it's come in extremely handy with, different investigations we've done, and, just to be able to, for us to have more control over what doors are locked and unlocked, that kind of thing. So it's very useful for staff and for safety and security reasons.
How does that work with our campuses that have multiple buildings?
So
Each building has its,
So I just want us to be cautious about not going too deep into the specifics of our safety
Sorry.
plans. But if maybe you could talk broadly on that, and then board members are always welcome to follow up one-on-one with Mr.
Yeah.
Moore.
Yeah, so we're kind of limited on what we can say, but it's,
Okay.
I'd be glad to
okay,
speak with you about
thank
that.
you,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. Sorry.
Um,
Good.
So all I ask of you on this, of these 1 through 6 things, is basically a motion to approve, those funds to be used on those 6 things.
Did is that prioritized?
Yeah,
Or
that's my
anyway?
question.
Yeah, so depending on the funds, I think there is, it's not necessarily, cost is gonna be, weighed in this, so it may be fluid, depending on how much something costs. With that money, we can't, so for example, cameras, we can't purchase cameras and install them with our staff with that money, it has to be contracted out. So depending on what that looks like, something that's listed as 5 on here may move up to 2, based
Understood.
off the
On
cost of
cost,
things. And you're liable to see some of these things on here next year with those funds.
Right, they might not have enough.
Do I hear a motion?
They move.
Second.
We have a motion to approve funding for this with Mr. Gore. All those in favor? There are no questions? No more questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Gore. Excellent job. When you turn all this stuff back in.
Yeah. I'm also the next one on the list for my quarterly report. As you know, last year we started doing a quarterly report, with local audits and state audits. We have not been audited by the state yet, but I have, done a couple of 2, local audits myself. There was 0 findings in those schools, and if you are interested in what schools they were and whatever, I'd be glad to share that with you, after the meeting. But just wanted to give you an update on those audits. 2 audits, 0 findings.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys, y'all have a good day.
Very good job. At this time, are there any comments from the public? Do we have any emails or questions? Anybody got anything? All right, I will now, if everyone's had a chance to read over the minutes, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll head on into that consent agenda. Keep in mind that one trip was added, got lost in the queue. Ms. Campbell, any questions, comments?
No.
Mrs. Baxter, any questions, comments?
I'm good.
Mr. Whitehurst, any questions,
No,
comments?
I'm good, thank you.
All my questions were answered.
Excellent. I don't have any questions. I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So move.
Second.
Any further questions, any comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to our finance agenda, consent agenda. Everyone had a chance to read over that?
Sir.
All right, Ms. Campbell, any questions?
No questions.
Ms. Baxter, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Whitehurst?
All my questions were answered.
You?
No questions.
Okay, Ms. Clemency. Now tell them what I'm gonna call her.
I know.
All right, seeing nobody else, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda finance items.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further questions, comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Madam Superintendent, it is your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hit that thing a little hard, I didn't mean to.
I'll see it hit harder.
I've heard stories.
Sorry.
I just want to say I'm looking forward to our school visits, and I know all of you know, but some at district may not know, reached out to the administration, and in the past, we were just kind of going to one school if they had a neighboring school and sitting down and talking and calling it, calling it a day. But I asked them what they would like to see, and they responded that if we could make it work by staying focused on time, they would love for us to, if there's a neighboring school, such as Bronson today, to start at one school, meet with administration, take us through a couple classrooms, and then head on over to Bronson Elementary, do the same thing. Keep focused on the time, of course, and it will keep all of us on our regularly scheduled time from, what we did at one of the schools. I'm looking forward to that, and I think admin is as well, to have the teachers and their staff see us as a group coming over and then walking through some of their classrooms and seeing the kids. Thank you for that, and I'm looking forward to it. Just a quick shout out. When you're here at district, you hear some things and you're sitting there working and you just hear things. And I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to Miss Angela, Miss Sherry, who does so much. And if you haven't met her yet, any of the board members, on your way out today, please say hello to Lauren. She's at the reception area. They get asked a lot by a lot of people that go through the district, and I just wanted to make mention that there's a lot of things that wouldn't get done if they weren't behind the scenes doing it. And what really touched me is Lauren is so new, and she's learning too, and there's a lot to learn in that position. But I don't think I'll embarrass her, but she actually went to Miss Angela yesterday and said, "Hey, I'm done with my work. Is there anything I can do for you?" And that just shows her commitment already. And I think that by her asking that, she feels welcomed even, and she feels at place.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to make mention. It makes you feel good when you hear things like that. And that's all I have.
Fantastic. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Ms. Campbell?
I also am looking forward to the visits today at the schools. I love having the opportunity to get into the schools, 'cause that's where my heart is. So I'm looking forward to that, and as well as visiting the other schools in the county. This past Saturday, Cedar Key had coastal cleanup, and our school was very, very well represented. There were a lot of students out there working hard. It was unbelievable, the things that we found. But it was kind of ironic that it was around the anniversary of the hurricane, so we relived all of that. But very proud of our students taking an active role in that.
Nice.
Mrs. Baxter?
Well, over in Chiefland, they're getting ready to celebrate homecoming next week. And they've also had some college visits. Florida State has been there. And this past week, I enjoyed being invited to a presentation at the high school auditorium. We have 2 teachers that have been there for many years, and for at least the last 20, it's a husband and wife, and for the last 20, they have been working with theater students, and they put on some fantastic plays. And there was a group of kids that over the years, I think a lot of them graduated about 5 years ago, and they really wanted to do something for these 2 teachers because they don't get any recognition, and it's not much of a stipend, I think, that they get. But they have created an environment for those kids that make them feel included and important. And those kids presented them with a plaque last week, and our superintendent helped them, I think, to get all that taken care of. But they spoke about how that was family for them. And I think that it's important that we remember that all of our students are not athletes. They may not all be able to be in groups like FFA, but they need to be involved because that's what helps them to be successful, not just academically while they're there in high school, but in life. So I think it was very important, and they had a young man that spoke, and it was very heartfelt, and it was a great presentation. Also, I wanted to mention that Ms. Campbell and I attended Florida School Board Association training this past week, one on policy, which that's something we maybe could have a workshop on at some future date, if y'all would like to. And then the other one was on bargaining, which, you know, after that, I was just so thankful for our folks that dealt with that and got it done. But it was a great 2-day training, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Whitehurst.
I don't have a whole lot to say. It looks like you know, all the sports are doing good, and everybody's kind of, as far as schools, hit the groove. I know Ms. Westfall says attendance is getting better, you know, as far as the kids, and all the testing is done, and it's actually trending a little higher than last year, it seems like, at the Williston. So yeah, so everything's going good. Like I say, everybody's kind of hitting the groove, and like I say, kind of going good. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Mrs. Clemency.
I just want to say I love what Ms. Baxter said about having, I guess, a theater program at Chiefland. We had that a long time ago. I wish all of our schools had that. I think, like you said, every kid needs a place, and
They
not.
do.
So maybe one day we'll get it in all of our schools. But parent-teacher conferences tonight at Yankeetown. Our wonderful PTO there is sponsoring all of the meals, which is fabulous. And I stopped by for a faculty meeting last week, and it's just such a positive vibe with all the teachers. And like Ricky texted me this morning and said, just say Yankeetown life is good. So we're just doing great. So I'll leave on that note.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Bronson is also having homecoming next week, which will include the annual FFA Alumni Fish Fry. Tickets are $20 for a best mullet dinner you'll get on a Thursday in Bronson, Florida. We're having pickup down here at the corner of 24 and 27. Funds go to the Bronson FFA alumni. Don't have a whole lot to say on that. I will say this. I agree 100% with Ms. Baxter. I know those 2 teachers. Not only have they done it there, they also do it in the community, and there has been some amazing talent come through there. I will also add, not only do I wish every school had that, I think it's appalling. And I will say that because my school doesn't have that. It is appalling to me to go to a school that does not have some form of art, be that band, be that plays, be that whatever. There are kids that need that outlet, and we are sitting on talent that we are wasting by not having it. I have no say-so in this, but one of the most tragic things, and I think it's wonderful that we kept it in Chiefland, but it is tragic. On the new construction of these high schools, we've gone to cafetoriums, and we no longer have the old-fashioned auditorium.
That's right.
That is a slap in the face that doesn't exist. for multiple reasons. And like I say, I'm not the designer of buildings, I'm not the purveyor of funds, but we are sitting on talent that's wasted in communities that do not have some form of outlet for kids. How much money do we spend on the other things, but we can't scrub up $500 to play a horn? It's ridiculous. And when you see teachers or professionals, that's what they went to school for, that's what they do, and all of a sudden, they're not doing that anymore. They've moved away from that because the testing, because of this, because of that. I'm a big, and I've gotten off on a tangent, but I'm a big proponent of looking back at history of what worked in the past. And for some reason, we quit using that. That doesn't work now. John Wooden is considered one of the greatest coaches of all time. He taught those guys to play basketball at UCLA, and they were dominant. And it was all to the rhythm of music. Every lick of it was rhythm of music. He insisted those guys take music, art classes for the rhythm to make the game work, and they were dominant. Grew up a whole bunch of kids that played for him, became adults, appreciating art in a broader spectrum, and were able to go on to success because of those things. And I beat that bush long
I
enough.
totally agree with everything
Oh,
you're
yeah,
saying.
it's-
Music in the school. I
Yeah.
mean, I remember as a kid, I still
Music.
remember my elementary school performances, and now kids
Music.
don't. My oldest did, but not my other ones.
And it,
It's sad.
It's
sad.
sad.
to me, as a higher level, wants all these test scores, wants all these things. I'm no expert, but I believe there might be some correlation to why these test scores have gone down with the disappearance of this stuff. And I say that as a man who can barely play a radio.
Well, I know in Cedar Key, the way we've gotten around it is we have tremendous community support. We live in a community of artists and they are actively involved, and so we're making use of that.
Nice, fantastic.
Music, we have people coming in doing music, and then we have art, a lot of art activities that are integrated, and volunteers. We lost our biggest volunteer, unfortunately, last year, but we do have a lot of it going on. But I do agree with you about students who that's where their talent is, and I know we've gotten around fulfilling our obligation for teaching art by whatever speech takes the place or whatever. It is still there. It's expected that we do, but we get around it by presenting other things that are more easily funded. That's the problem. So, but our community really has stepped up, and the teachers have actually worked very hard to keep them involved in providing.
It's fantastic.
I don't know if, if you come by Cedar Key or visit Cedar Key anytime soon, they have put out a display, kind of like Ocala did with the horses around. It's clamshells, and they're all over. But we have one at Cedar Key School that was designed and painted by one of our students, who is very, very talented. It's unbelievable, but so art is happening at Cedar Key, but I totally agree with you that it should be part of our curriculum, and somehow or other, we need to work towards.
Find a way.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Anything else? If not, meeting adjourned.